Hey, yo, this is Ezequielized Odyssey. Well, I'm here to talk about my five close cousins, so far from the age. When I was born September 22nd, 1994, there's some people I know from back in 1994, they have a closest age. Closest age to my uncles and everybody else that has the ones. But, however, I know there's a lot, but I'm going to tell you guys. It's going to be really cool, but you might love it. But you might love my cousins because my cousins are funny and crazy. But they can talk a lot, but and also they can drink beer, but except for my first cousin. But I'll tell you what it was. So here we go. My first cousin, his name is Diego, but he's a great guy. He's autistic, but however, he likes to play video games and he just likes to hang out the fun, He just likes to discuss with some people they can get a care home or some kind of stuff. But hopefully he gets some end up independence pretty soon, but I'm not sure. But hopefully that they'll come out with some new ideas for my cousin Diego. And plus he used to eat corn nuts and some fat junk they used to have. Before he was in the hospital, he got a pain in the ass. And then after that, after he come back from the hospital, he came back pretty skinny. That's why he was been there for a while. And he does have a job. And he works for money for about like 100s and thousands, but not too much. But because my cousin, he's been doing all the spending with for savings for emergencies, but that's a good thing. But because he deserves it all. That's why he listens to his sister Erica. That's why he deserves it, And pretty soon he might have a niece and nephew for a baby for this year because he's gonna be an uncle. I'm not happy for him, That's why he deserves everything. That's why he was the only person that he challenges his own ways, and especially for his frustrations. Like he used to watch sports and watch his back from most people since elementary school. I know it's kind of sus because my cousin, he's been doing this for a while, and that's why he was trying to fix everything what he can, and that's why he deserves to his own marks. But however, he can do anything if he can. But in that quote, I like my favorite moment from my cousin, I like when he says like, that stupid battery. Oh my God. But it's pretty funny though, because he gets all the funny stuff from like the Simpsons stuff and then all kind of stuff that he just likes to talk about. He always likes to do that. That's why he gains really happy when I visit to his house. I've been to visit to his house before, so he's a great guy. He deserves it. And he's still in Napa. So it's all good. The next cousin is Ramiro, my second cousin. He used to be in Napa before when he was younger, but he moved to Lodi with his girlfriend Brenda. Diego, he didn't have a girlfriend yet, but that's why he's been single for a while. But Ramiro, he was the only dude. He could talk. He can do what he wants to do in his life. And especially in Lodi, to have a house, he deserves it. And he has a job and he earns about like 10,000 grants. But it's pretty cool. He deserves it. I'm proud of him to have a job, so it's pretty cool. And I used to see him since Grupo just said since like 2018. We used to talk around him since for a while, That's why he deserves everything what he can and when he has a girlfriend. It's hard to find a girlfriend for Ramiro back in the day, but right now he has one now. That's why he's really happy. And pretty soon he might have a kid someday. So that's his life, All he does, he just deserves what life he's gonna be. That's why he just keeps his own position right. That's why he deserves everything what he could, at the end of the day, there'll be no other like who is a fan of the Cowboys or Lakers. But I like Lakers. He's cool. The Lakers are a pretty cool team. But Ramiro, he likes the Lakers. But it's kind of funny when some teams, they can get blown to what they like. But Diego likes Giants or 49ers or Warriors. That's his San Francisco teams. So it doesn't matter to me. Ramiro, he likes to just, he just likes to hang out, and he just deserves a way he would like to talk to. You know, that's his position. You know, that's why he was the only dude he can be spread happiness. But it's too bad. He's been very sad about his sister because he passed away. She passed away since like when she was in a car accident, and that's bad. That's why we have to be proud of him. Okay, the next cousin, my third cousin, has got to be Johan. Johan, he's my third cousin, but he has kids too. He only has one daughter and one son, but that's pretty cool. And she has a girlfriend and a wife, Brenda, but they've been together for a while, so it's pretty cool when they earn enough respect to have a job. But plus he works hard for $10,000 for a paycheck, so he deserves it. And he does have a better life, you know, than Diego, because Johan, he has a great time with all the food and the rent to pay, so that's why it makes all the things that he can cover, you know, and he still lives in Napa. But Johan, he can do whatever he wants in his life, you know. I like Johan, you know. He's my best cousin. Me and him, we've been talking a lot since like IC Records of the Nasty Days and record label shit since Grand 3, you know. We've been off years when we talk about around him, and I remember we went to see the game of the San Jose Earthquakes, but one time with me and Johan and my fifth cousin Jairo, but it's pretty cool. That's why we hang out there for fun and just talk something great. And we remember we went to Six Flags back in 2010. That was fun, you know. But it's pretty cool, you know. And that was about it. And also, my fourth cousin Alexis, he works really hard too. He works for music and fashion models. But he earns a lot of money for $10,000. He earned everything. He earned everything what he can. That's why my cousin Alexis, he's been my first close cousins before. So it's been there for a while, since like his age is came out the pockets, you know. But it was nice to see me and my cousin Alexis to do something great for visits and all kind of stuff that we can talk. But it's cool. But he deserves it. He deserves the greatness. But the love for fashion, kid fashion, soccer player, he's been doing this since like when he won the champion, when he was there back in 2014 in Vintage High School. He was a great guy, you know. That's why he earned a lot of respect to me and my close cousins. He deserves it. That's why he deserves his own great level. And he still lives in Napa. But however, he might move to Sacramento soon with his girlfriend. Well, she's black, but however, he'll be around pretty soon to have kids someday. So we'll find out pretty soon. And the last one, but not least, my fifth cousin. His name is Jairo. He was a great guy. Me and my cousin, we've been longer for a while since Truckee, but he's been enough to Truckee, Vallejo, Napa. He's been through cities, but he's a great guy. But he has a job that he works for Jim in different areas. He works about like 10,000 monies from that he earned. He deserves it. He deserves the greatness that he has done for the future. That's why he made a lot of respects to me and my few people who are cousins. But it's cool because, you know, and plus he used to be the member of the Grand Three, and like Johan did. But, however, he made the greatness to continue with rapping, but he off to play some football, and then after that he went to UC Berkeley, but he was a great guy, but he deserved his own great educations, and great fantastic jobs, but honestly, he deserves it. He deserves everything what he can. But for me and my close cousins, 1st to 5th cousins, we work for jobs. That's why we work for everything if we can. And that's why we're in the upper level. In the closest level, we're just trying to do the best if we can. No one's gonna lose it. No one's gonna lose everything. That's why I'm talking about my own stories about my cousins and my sisters. Because we're family. Ohana means family. It means never leave behind. Just like Little Stitch Tomorrow, the movie that we just talked about. Ohana means family. That's why we just try and do the best as long as we can. And no one else. And no one else is gonna lose it. That's why my life has been changed since when I was 11 years old. And I deserve my own life without having fears. And so does my cousin Diego. He's been half years since when he was in middle school. And that's bad. I had that before. Right now, at the end of the day, we still love each other. And thank you for watching, for listening to my cousins' stories. And don't forget, put the comments down below, like if you can, or subscribe me if you like it. Just whatever you want. Just do what you can. And this is Ezequielized Odyssey. Keep it Odyssey, keep it real. And thank you very much for this video.